You know what? At this rate, I should start calling myself a daily dose of YouTube issues because it seems like every other day we have ourselves yet more issues that takes place on YouTube in some shape or another. And this issue right here, by a long shot, needs to be called out. Let's get into this. So we ourselves, some ordinary gamers, aka Mudahar, tweeting this out. Team YouTube, I refuse to see how this violated scam policies when I'm clearly calling out and stopping my viewers from falling prey to these obvious issues that plague your platform and many others. I find it insane that within a minute, you have manually reviewed and rejected. And we can see this tweet is accompanied by two images, the first of which is the appeal submission. And if I could just comment on this real quick, they only allow you a limit of 800 characters for your appeal. And the second image showcased here is the notification where it says, some ordinary gamers, we've reached a decision on your appeal, and well, guess what? They stand by their decision of taking down the video wrongfully, and might I remind you, this video is titled, The Cash App Scam is Out of Control. So you mean to tell me that a video calling out a scam is in violation of spam, deceptive practices, and scams policy? How does that even work? Now we do have a silver lining here because Mudahar tweets this out. YouTube ended up reversing the strike a few hours later. While I expected it like this and that's fine, I really would like to get in a talk with YouTube and help come up with ways so that this doesn't affect smaller creators who have no recourse. I find it really off-putting that unless you have the ability to raise an issue on Twitter, you can have your appeals be rejected within minutes and no further recourse. The system needs a change. This was never an issue for me. I can get help and I'm thankful for that. I'm worried about any creator that works hard and gets the unfortunate wrath of bot moderation. We need a better system for every creator to avoid this in the future. Long story short, the system needs an overhaul and I feel every creator, regardless of platform size, should champion the idea of strike reform to better affect everyone on the platform. Now while this issue did get resolved, thankfully for Mudahar, this situation exposed yet another massive flaw in the YouTube system, and that is their appeal reviews. This right here just does not sit well with me. Like, answer me this, YouTube. How is it possible to carefully and accurately review a video that is 10 plus minutes long within a few minutes after the appeal was submitted and then come up with a decision? Like, there's just absolutely no way that something like this would be done accurately and correctly. And it just shows once again that there is yet more false positives in the YouTube AI because they not only didn't even review the video properly at all, but they ended up confirming that the video was in violation of scams and deceptive practices and all that stuff when the video was calling out scams. Like, how do you fuck something up that royally? And Muda also pointed out this issue as well, which should be a cause for concern, and that is the size of one's platform. Now, obviously, when it comes to Mudahar, who has millions of subscribers and a massive outreach, then, you know, something like this, being able to get in contact with YouTube is more likely to happen for someone like him as opposed to, say, someone who is much, much smaller than him that could have the same thing happen to them, and then YouTube just turns a blind eye to them after giving a canned response. Like, this right here just showcases yet another huge disadvantage that smaller creators have on the platform. Like, there's literally no other way to splice it. There's no other way to take this, you know? It's complete bullshit. Oh, but we're not done with this yet, ladies and gentlemen, because there is another individual that had a very similar issue to that of Mudahar, and we are replaying a little clip from Scarce's video that touches base on exactly that. So let's let the clip roll.
One smaller YouTuber known as Super Mario T had this same situation happen to him a few days ago where his video was taken down wrongfully by YouTube and his appeal was rejected within a few minutes. He tweeted out saying, a Super Smash Bros. Yoshi montage I uploaded years years ago just got removed for glorifying criminal organizations, which is 100% BS. It's just Nintendo gameplay. I appealed the strike, I got rejected 5 minutes later, I can't appeal anymore, and I lost my channel monetization. Now, instead of his video being reinstated, his video has stayed off of YouTube because he can't make a big enough fuss about this to be able to get his video back up. And this is why Muda says the system is flawed on YouTube, because smaller YouTubers cannot get the same help that bigger YouTubers get. A lot of these smaller YouTubers will just never be able to get their videos back on YouTube, even though their videos were clearly wrongfully taken down.
And this right here just adds another example on top of all of the other things that is wrong and flawed with YouTube today. Now, I will say big ups to Scarce and Mudahar for calling these issues out and bringing to light the things that needs to be fixed and corrected on YouTube, because you have smaller YouTubers that are being screwed over here, and because they don't have a big enough influence, they're not able to be seen and heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, this right here is scary for a lot of small-time YouTubers. But I will say as well, big ups to Scarce, Mudahar, and anyone that calls out these issues. I know that the YouTube community can be filled with drama at times, but compared to the petty beef that one might have with another, we need to stand together and we need to call these issues out, and YouTube needs to listen to the community, because if this keeps up at this rate and if a new competitor was to rise in the face of all of this, well, then there could be some rather hard times on YouTube's plate in the future. I hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, well, YouTube has no one but themselves to blame for that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's really much else I can say. What do you guys think about what it is we talked about here in today's video? I'd love to hear you guys back. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your time. Have yourself a damn good one. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.